Well, it's finally time. Yep. Expert Bridge. Praise the Nerf is about to speak his mind about the whole situation on the riots and the whole George Floyd thing that's been going on. I know that um I know that it's been kind of a rough one for a lot of people, both sides alike. And I'm not gonna say where I stand on the situation, considering that I am on either end. Both sides are wrong, in my opinion. But the protesters, I'm alright with. They're doing things right. They're not harming anybody. They're not causing anybody any issues. They're just speaking out for what they believe in and not causing issues. As for the riots, vandalists, and people who are looting, I can understand looting and giving to the people less unfortunate who don't have a lot of stuff. That is kind of understandable and justifiable. But at the same time, you're committing a crime, and that's not something that should be condoned a lot. It shouldn't be something that should be appraised for doing. You know you're doing wrong, and we have just systems set for reasons of that cause to keep order, as you would expect. As for the whole police situation, I do think that there needs to be a reformation in police training. I feel like a lot of cops nowadays still have you kind of learn from your higher ups, correct? And it feels like there are some whose views could be more old-fashioned than how the new generation is moving forward with equality. Um, as to how to kind of resolve that, it's kind of up to us as a community to try and move forward. I mean, I'm not exactly. Before I say anything else on top, bear in mind that I am not a white male. I am Mexican, and I can understand being racially profiled, and I can understand being seen as someone who is very oppressed. However, for a lot of the black community, I give you my love out there, and I give you hands down the most that I can with this video with my mind. And man, there's gonna be a lot of cuts in here. What you guys are doing, the protesters, everyone out there for George Floyd, keep doing what you're doing, and keep asking for reformation, for a reformment within the police justice system. Because how they handled the situation and taking in a for a reason, who knows what the reason was for George Floyd? I haven't done a lot of my research on this, but he was trying to be taken into custody. Now, how he was taken into custody was not proper procedures, correct? And that should be really addressed when it comes to the protesting. That the officer should be he should be arrested and should go through the correct justical systems for that, for the correct investigations. There should be no trying to get him out of this and that. Justice system's pretty corrupt as it is, which is unfortunate. And I'll agree on that, and that's injustice in that. But we can't just say all cops are bad and riot because of it and cause more issues for a lot of people. And if anything, you're just giving them more work to do when they had nothing to do in the first place. So rioting is kind of just like giving them an excuse to, be these areas checkpoints. Protesters, on the other hand, what they're doing is not causing issues for them, but having them on standby. Granted, I know protesting it's a very delicate issue, and when things get south, you get easily antagonized, you can get easily set off, and all it takes is just one person to turn a peaceful protest, into a riot. Could be from either end of the spectrum, whether it be, a cop kind of bulldogging you and causing you some frustration, or vice versa, protesters getting a little too antsy and too open on that end. And from where I see it, This is just a giant mess of a year for 2020 to have all this. I can understand a lot of people being frustrated, being stuck at home. The whole COVID. I don't know what the fuck to say anymore. But I really feel it out there, and it just sucks to see that this is what we've had to resort to get to show something that's been already shown. Because we've known that like for a while there's been a lot of issues that have led up to this. Like this hasn't been something that's just kind of happened. This has been an ongoing thing for a lot of people, and that I understand. But is is this what it really has to take to get to where we are now? Man, I'm terrible at these commentaries. Um, in terms of I just in terms of again where I stand, both ends. There's no good in looting and rioting, but at the same time, there's no good in doing nothing either. So speak one voice. That's all I am. Just a man with an opinion. Nothing to really offer, considering that I work retail and I'm doing through this whole COVID shit, working retail. Some people would say, "Hey, good job, you got a job still." No, no, the job's ass. I don't. Ugh. For anyone who has ever worked retail, you got to know the pain. I give it, I give it my all that I can. But for all you retail workers out there, I I commend thee because I don't know how you deal with so many people who are idiotic. I mean, it stresses me out a lot. And for people who shit talk on so many of them, you got to remember that we ought to start somewhere, and sometimes we have to go back. But if we can actually start working together, we can probably make a change. As for all the conspirators out there who are probably like, oh, this is a government ploy, this is why all this is trying to get people to forget about COVID. That's a completely different topic on another date. And if you guys actually want me to discuss something on that matter, I mean, I could try and compose something so I can actually vocally share an opinion on the matter. But this is kind of just a free-balled, put together, rough, tough, how do I put this? This is like put together with duct tape and glue. When I could probably refine it with some craftsmanship if I were to actually give it time. But I have a busy day coming up today. Got a lot of stuff that I got to go through. Spring cleaning, as they say, before summer hits. And yeah, this video is kind of just that's what it's for. Now, what else should I touch up on? Maybe maybe I should touch up onto the fact that a lot of things as of right now are looking kind of grim, but we are the change that we need to make things better in life. And that's what we need to get at. And to stop fighting one another, start actually addressing these issues and supporting the people who need the support, as well as shaming those who think the views that they have are of that nature, I guess you could say. Just stop the oppression. That's how I see it. I mean, it's granted it can't just change overnight, not go to bed and be like, "Oh, well, look, we stopped racism. Great fucking job." No, it's not going to work like that. It takes time. It's something that's always going to take time, and I'm surprised at how long it's been going on, but it's hard to really kill something at its source when it's something that's spread through generation and generation of growth. And the only way to really end such a view is to kind of it sucks that this still is going on, but it's the way Martin Luther King went through with it. That's honestly the only way. How Gandhi went through his issues is just kind of being very, you can't let hate and anger rule over something. It's like most people don't like to cook bacon. Think of it that way. Bacon always splashes back. But with said bacon, the bacon tastes good when it's cooked and it's finished, after all the work is done of going through that pain and of cooking it. Now, some people don't always get that splash from that. And I think that there's the issue of not knowing the pain that that bacon splatter can produce. And it hurts a while. Sometimes it hurts a lot. But you gotta understand that it's not something that everyone will experience. And in order to get that across, you gotta kind of show people the issue and then work towards a solution. So, with that in mind, I hope everyone enjoyed my TED Talk, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a really good vocal person. I like to stay on the median of a lot of issues, so if you are interested in listening to more of my median ground kind of talk, be my guest to subscribe and shit. This is, I don't know when I'm gonna make a video like this ever again, so probably gonna be a long time. Anyway, have a good day, and hopefully whoever gets a Xbox One for me, hit me up. Or a new computer, please. Yeah. Also, stop being offended over dumb jokes, alright? This is kind of a side note I thought about, but I kind of wanted to add it in the video. I swear, some of you guys get offended over the dumbest shit. Stop being pussies. Like, holy fuck. Also, the PC and the Xbox thing's a joke. Please know that. Like, literally, I'm not serious on that. I'm good. I work for my shit.